Hola everybody. Sorry if it's a little bit loud. I'll be really up close in my face. But I'm outside right now, outside of the bus station in Sevilla, waiting to catch our bus back to Salamanca. And I was just gonna kind of wrap up the tour for you here. There are some ones I still have to talk about that happened in Salamanca before we came here, but I'll get to those later. aka I'll do a different video and upload it first. But whatever. So started on Friday, right after we were done with our classes, we went to the bus station. There was like 6 of us going. So we went there, we got there fine, figured out which bus it was all good. It just sucked that we stopped a lot along the way. Like it ended up being like 7 hours by the time we got here. But it was all worth it because then we stopped at our awesome hostel. Like it's really cool. It's called Oasis and they have like a bunch of hostels around Europe and they're just like the best ever. Like it was all fun people. It was like really nice. I mean, it was like dorm style, but we were all in our same room together. We had our own bathroom. And there was like always stuff happening. They had a terrace on the top where they gave us like breakfast, and they also had a pool there. We didn't know that, so we would have brought our bathing suits, but we didn't. And they had a bar there, and the bartender was like so awesome. She was talking to us because like she's got family in the U.S. and she's been there a bunch of times, but she's from Sevilla, so she was really cool. What else? Yeah, they gave us breakfast in the morning, but it was kind of like crappy, normal-ish. But the other people that were there, there was tons of Australians. Australians, I swear, are everywhere. They're always traveling. Don't know like how they pay for it. And these couple of Hawaiian dudes, they were sailing. It was two brothers who were muy guapo, and I mean it's attractive. And they were sailing with their dad and their little cousin. And they had sailed from Hawaii to the Caribbean, and then the Caribbean to here, and then they were going on from here to the Mediterranean. So like they were just awesome. They had all sorts of stories and. We hung out with them a little, and there was just lots of different Australians that we met, and we talked to them. It was just a really fun environment. Like, I've never been in a hostel before, so it was pretty cool. And we actually went with some of them on a tour because the hostel offered a free walking tour through this one company. It was free, but, like, you paid them in tips, you know what I mean, in the end. So that's what we did on Saturday, yesterday. And our guide was named Santiago. He was from Colombia, and he was very attractive. He, like, joked that people, like, call him, like, John Mayer because he looks like him. He seriously is, like, the Colombian John Mayer. So, but he's been in Sevilla for, like, 4 years. He just does the tours. It was a really good tour. He gave us, like, all sorts of different perspectives, and he was funny, and, like, it was a good tour. And all the places we saw, I can't even... So we saw, like, the main cathedral here in Sevilla, which is really awesome, and they have the tower. It's called the Hirada, and it's like the highest point in the city, and it all like stems from this thing where it was like a mosque, but then it like struck by an earthquake or something, so they kept the Hirada because that was the only thing that stayed up, and then they built a cathedral around it once the Spanish Inquisition came through and everything. We also saw, what else here? We walked like by the Alcazar, which is the royal palace here, which is really cool. But we didn't tour it until today, Sunday. But that was really cool in the walk tour. He gave us all sorts of history. Like I can't even relate all to you. But I learned a lot of history about Sevilla and how like it seems very Arab influenced, but it also is the like Spanish and the Catholics trying to mimic the Arabic influence. So there's all sorts of like, and you'll see in all the pictures, all the tiles, the ceramics of all these places are just gorgeous. What else do we see? Now I don't even know all the places we went on our tour. Those are the main ones. In the cathedral, like that's where like Christopher Columbus's tomb is buried. This is like the port he sailed out of. We learned that like this port was super rich because it used to be like the river used to be big enough to fit in these like huge boats, but then the river shrunk up, so it's not anymore. But they used to like bring everything from America here first, so it would get like taxed a lot. So they were like super loaded. That's why there's just so many pretty old buildings like everywhere. Like I had to stop taking pictures of the random buildings that had no meaning but were just gorgeous because that's like all of my pictures. So it's gonna be hard to describe them later on Facebook, but you'll see all those. So that was Saturday. We basically just did a bunch of sightseeing stuff, and then I forgot, on Friday night when we got here, we asked the cab driver like a good place to eat, and he told us this place called Reconcilio. It's like means like on the corner, like a little place to eat, and it was so good. It was like almost 400 years old, still been owned by the same family. I don't know why my earrings are on. And it had like the pretty like Arabic tiles, all this old stuff, like really good food. It was delicious. It was a great thing, like from a local, you know. And the one thing is, it's really freaking hot here, so I have my hair up and I probably look disgusting. But it was 100 today, and when we were on our tour, they said like the highest one summer got up to was 53 degrees Celsius, and I was like, oh, it's hot, but I don't really know Celsius converted. Went home, converted it, it's 127 degrees, so like that's insane. So it's been really hot. It's not as humid though, so it doesn't feel as bad. It's just like after we've been outside all day, walking around all day, I just feel like sticky and gross. So it's kind of gross, but we're kind of just over that feeling now. And it doesn't get like cold in the mornings or nights here. I mean, it gets a little bit cooler, but not like it does in Salamanca. So that was a nice change, but we're like almost too hot now. Okay, what else do I have to say? Oh, also on Saturday after our tour, Santiago took us to this place. We went for lunch, and it was really good. It's called Huelva Ocho, and like if anyone I know or watching this ever comes to Sevilla, you have to go there. It's like really good tapas, and like we got to try like 3 of them, and it was only like $8, well, €8, and it was just really good. So we went there actually today again for lunch because we like knew it was good. We knew it was gonna be quick. We didn't have that much time, and that's why we're at the bus station now. So I'm trying to like hurry through this. I wrote it all down. I'm like reading it. What else? After lunch yesterday, we went back to the hostel and we were just hanging there talking to all sorts of people. Like there's this one guy from Malaysia who's just going around by himself trying to learn Spanish. Lots of Australians. Just tons of random people that we were just talking to and hanging out with at the cathedral, or at the hostel. So that was like really fun. Like I really recommend that hostel and hostels in general. Like people say they aren't safe, but we were totally fine. What else? Then after that we like went out to dinner. We just had an outdoor place, got some tapas, and we learned about this new drink called Clara con Limon, and you can also call it like Cerveza con Limon. It's just like a beer, and it's called Clara because it makes it like clearer if you put on like, it's just a lemon, like a Sprite, so it's got like, it's like a soda with beer, so it's more refreshing. So we sucked those down because it's just been hot. And then last night after dinner we went back to Plaza de España. I forgot, we went to there on the tour too, and it was like the site of the old, they had the World Fair there in like 1990 or 92, I forget what she said, and it's just gorgeous. Like it's definitely the prettiest thing here in Sevilla, and it's just a gorgeous, I can't even describe it. They have like a whole thing around about like all the 50 provinces in Spain, and it's gorgeous. There's like a little riverway, but it's not like an actual river. It's like you paddle little paddle boats in it, and it was supposed to be like in the shape of a hug, and it's facing towards America because it was kind of Spain's way of apologizing for everything they did like with the Inquisition and all that bad stuff. But like now that it's like it's all good now, everyone is, so that it was supposed to symbolize a hug. So that was cute, but definitely really pretty. And then we went back at night just check it out again, which it was even prettier then. And then on the way back, we stopped and got some beers and stuff, and we also got some gelato at this really good place. They had probably like 50 different flavors. It was impossible to decide, but I ended up getting this Turon flavor, which is all over Spain, and I didn't know what it was, and it kind of tasted like almonds, so I went home and looked it up, and it's like cream, sugar, milk, and then like it's usually a nut, and they say it's usually almonds, and that's like what it tastes like, and usually they make that into like a cake, but I got it in the gelato form, so it was really, really good, and it was just refreshing. And then that was all last night, and then we went back to the hostel. It was fun there, but we didn't like stay out late. And then today we started with the cathedral. We went and we could like walk in and like check everything out there. It was just really pretty. It was basically, they said like Sevillans, like they don't actually go to church, and like they try and say they're super, super Catholic just because they're afraid of the church and like what they might do to them because of what they did like when all of the Arabs were here, like back in the day. So they basically say they're super, super Catholic. They don't actually go to church, but the cathedral is still gorgeous, like really nice. And along that is the Giralda, like the tower. So that was really cool. We got to climb that, except for it was only ramps. So like it was actually like, super hard than like stairs. So that took a while to get up there, and we were like really hot, but it was totally worth it. Best view in the city. So we did that, and then we also saw Torre del Oro, and it's like a tower, and it's right on the river, and it guarded like the river, like the ports coming in, and it's got lots of military significance, and it's like a naval museum now, and so that was really cool. It was actually supposed to be $1.50 to like go up the tower, but me and the one kid from my group like didn't realize that, and we like snuck past the guy somehow, so got that for free. But we got some really good pictures up there. And then I said we went to the Huelva Ocho for lunch again today just because we needed something we wanted to do. And that was a really quick summary, I'm sorry, but everything here is so historical, it's too much to describe to you all in this quick video, but it was definitely super awesome, worth every penny I spent. I had a great time, so now it's back to Salamanca. It's going to be a long bus ride again, but when we get back, tonight is supposed to be the Spain versus Brazil, the final game in the, I can't think of the cup, but it's for the World Cup qualifiers and stuff. So we're hoping like right when we get back we'll go to Plaza Mayor and sit outside and watch it on TV, and so tomorrow we're just going to be super tired, but we've already accepted that. So I'm really excited for that. I just want to get this bus ride over with, and I guess I will update you tomorrow, hopefully. Adios.